So Star Wars fans, it's time to rejoice because we finally got some news on Respawn Entertainment's upcoming Star Wars game. It's not what a lot of fans were expecting, but it looks pretty good. Let's talk about it.
This is the way.
What's up everybody, it's your boy Saga, bringing you awesome fast information regarding all things PlayStation gaming. If you enjoy content that respects your time, hit the like button to get this video out to other gaming fans, but if you didn't like the video, leave me a dislike so I know exactly where to improve. So, a few years ago, there was a leak for our upcoming movement-focused first-person shooter being developed by Respawn Entertainment. Personally, I'm a massive fan of the Titanfall series, and while most players know the universe from Apex Legends, players like myself know the glory of the universe from Titanfall and Titanfall 2. So when we heard news of an upcoming first-person movement-focused shooter, the copium tanks refilled, and I've been waiting for news since. Now fast forward to a couple of days ago, and we finally got some information on this upcoming project. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you ask, we got some information regarding the actual game being developed by Respawn, and that's the Mandalorian game. Now while we don't have a ton of information on the game, here's what we know so far, and keep in mind this isn't official. We play as an unnamed Mandalorian who brings targets in, dead or alive, for gear and money, with a very heavy emphasis on mobility like those leaks mentioned years ago. Looking at a report from Insider Gaming, they said this about the jetpack system. The game high mobility have been made possible storytelling wise thanks to the Mandalorian's jetpack, which allows the player to perform horizontal dashing, vertical jumping, boost sliding, somewhat similar to sliding down hills in Apex Legends, and more. Sources describe the game as very fast paced and as such will reward players who play in this style. For example, the player's health will mainly regenerate based on successive kills. So obviously, while things are going to be much slower than we've seen in games like Titanfall 1 and 2, they are sticking with the theme of fast-paced combat and fast regeneration while killing enemies quickly. While I'm not a fan of this not being Titanfall, I can't say this sounds bad because again, fast-paced combat is what I enjoy the most. On top of that, as to be expected, playing as a Mandalorian bounty hunter, it gives the player a wide variety of weapons and gadgets including a wrist rocket, grappling hooks, a visor for tagging enemies, and bounties, and more. Once again, nothing too unexpected, but it does look like a solid arsenal of weapons and gadgets. You're very likely going to have a fairly versatile way to approach fights. Now, according to the article, this game is not going to be anything like Star Wars Outlaw, which features a more open world experience, but more so a linear experience similar to that of Star Wars Fallen Order, that style of game. Now, I'd like to know your thoughts on this. Let me know down in the comments if you prefer that Star Wars Jedi Survivor style, or do you prefer a more open world approach to this style of game. As far as expected release windows, we don't have a solid confirmation of a date, but it does look like we won't have to wait too long, as it seems we probably see it in a year or two according to the insider's information. Once again, I would take this with a grain of salt, but Star Wars The Mandalorian, or whatever the game is going to be called, is looking solid. Let's just hope it doesn't get cancelled like Star Wars 1313, Knights of the Old Republic, or Battlefront 3. Only time will tell. While we're on the subject of upcoming project, the videos on screen now goes over the recent drama surrounding the underperforming combat in the upcoming Silent Hill 2 remake. Check it out.